Alright then, so we are now on to our fourth match with our Mythos first DS series. So far, he's won all three matches against Drax, Doryan, and Blaze, and so next we have Shotaro, who is using Pale Moon. And Nova will join us shortly.
I will. I'm in line.
You're also dying. But anyways, so Mythos is going first, in which he rides to Gojo to use to thin the deck. Or just draw. Or just do it, whatever. Gojo's good. Shotaro is actually riding a perfect guard, which is a very, very pretty perfect guard. It's still Silverthorn though, so Silverthorn is good. And that's a no pass. There's the Miracle Pop Ava. There's a heal trigger, which no heal obviously. And that's a no pass. That's actually a good thing, because that was a critical.
Wait, who got the critical?
Mythos just crit, but Sho had guarded for no pass.
Shotaro has learned to not deal with that shit anymore.
But thanks. Okay, so Shotaro had healed, and he also gets Ionera's skill because it boosts a Silverthorn and it hits Vanguard. Oops, it boosted a Vanguard with Silverthorn, and the attack hit. Okay. And Mythos is misriding to grade 3.
Oh, we saw how little that matters in the last fight.
Very true, but I think he only misread for like one turn.
Yeah, but how many turns do you think he's gonna misride for this one?
Depends if he gets a grade 3 or not. Although he didn't get a grade 3 in that drive check, he actually got a draw trigger, which A, lets him draw to hopefully get the grade 3, but Shotaro healed. Which I think is actually 3 heals out of the... Yep, 3 heals out of Shotaro's deck already.
Okay, so just to give an update, CC was worn out with the gunslinger, so she's gonna go rest, and in her place, Rin is gonna fight.
Alright. I'll make that note. Okay, we're good. Well, I guess Mythos got to grade 3.
See?
Shut up. I'm eating. And although Mythos got the heal trigger, he can't heal because he has less damage.
And there's Rin. I have to convey messages to her about what's been going on.
Alright, no problem. Shotaro just got a draw trigger, as well as Lukier. Tamer. Regular Lukier.
I wonder why he's using Pale.
Why he's using Pale Moon? He's been using Pale Moon for a while. What?
Yeah. I thought he had a different deck is what I was saying.
Oh. I think he does too, but he just been using this one. I'm like, it's not a bad idea really. He uses it pretty well.
Oh no, it's not bad. I'm not saying that in any way, shape, or form.
So, we had a check glitch. It didn't let Mythos try to drive check twice. It only showed one, it just drew the other. But it doesn't matter. He actually drew what he drive checked, so it's the same thing.
Weird.
Yeah. And now, Shotaro brake rides over Ava with Lukier reverse.
Wait, did you say he brake rode Lugia reverse?
Yes, he broke road Lukier reverse.
Wow.
Now he called 2 Irenas, of which he put a Zelma, which is the purple trapezist of Silverthorn, and a draw trigger into the soul. But yeah, he actually broke road for Lukier reversed, and he called regular Lukier. Now, what I'm sure he's going to be doing is using the brake ride. He's going to call Zelma, because he didn't boost with the 1 Irina to Lukier, so he's going to call Zelma definitely, put Lukier in the soul, and then call 2 other stuff. He actually called with the brake ride upright lion, so that gets 6k. Because it doesn't count itself. So it should be 15. There you go. And it's actually really good because he also called Silverthorn Rising Dragon, and both that and Upright Lion are grade 2s, which he can use to intercept later. Not to mention the fact that he just crit. Of course, Mythos got a draw trigger, but we'll see. He still needs 10k for that other one.
So, in your opinion, what do you think actually has an advantage in Pale Moons versus Kagero?
It depends mostly on how the Kagero is run. If it's retire heavy, then perhaps Pale Moon might actually have a slight advantage because it soul charges a lot and it can just get that shit out of the soul later. But the way Mythos runs it, I'm not quite sure, because then you're almost trapped in your own field with Pale Moon the way Mythos runs it, because you only ever have, like right now for a grade 3, you may only have one or two open spaces, and even though that is enough to do a lot for Pale Moon, Lukier reverse especially doesn't do too much because you still need a call from your hand.
Yeah, that's true.
It
Well,
doesn't
not
call.
well. It depends
It
on
doesn't
what.
call as much as Tamer and Venus do.
It makes up. It supposedly makes up for by the extra power.
Yeah.
So instead of calling a shit ton of things at once, it calls one unit with
And I don't know
a
why, but
lot of
he
power.
added the power to Upright Lion, which it's supposed to get because he called from the soul. Okay, there he goes. He didn't add Silverthorn Rising Dragon's power right away, and I'm like, what?
Rising Dragon gets power. Oh.
That's the card that was called for the soul by Lukier Reverse.
Oh.
And now it's almost even. They're both at 5 damage. They both nearly have full fields. However, Mythos doesn't have rebirth. So I don't know. And also, for those of you questioning why Dragonic Overlord got power, Dragon Dancer Arabella gives power on call as long as you counterblast, and it's a flame dragon vanguard. And she got power because he had put one of these guys in here, into the soul, so gave it power, yeah. There's the rebirth, but no triggers. So we'll have to see what happens, only because neither of Mythos' column could hit for 18k, and against a cross-ride, cross-rides make guarding a lot easier, so...
They do, but at the same time, Luquier is also a cross-ride, and her limit break negates cross-ride a little bit.
Pretty much. I don't know what he's gonna do, though. He's gonna do it. He's gonna use Venus Lucier's limit break. What's he gonna call? Shit, that soul is huge, though. Alright. As long as Shotaro, even though he's killing the field that he had now, as long as he calls only up to the grade number 6, then he's alright. And it can go over the stiff that was already there, which is why he retired that. So in this case, he called a grade 3, a grade 1, a grade 1, so that's 5, and a grade 0, which is still 5. So he could actually call a grade 1 again, but that's not necessary.
At all.
At all. And although Poison Juggler here isn't a Silverthorn, Venus Luquier can still call it. However, Upright Lion does not get power for that. So that was only 1, 2, 3. That was 3 cards, so 3 times 3 is 9. So he actually has, so that power right there, that 21, it should actually only be 18. Because Upright Lion only gets power for when it's a Silverthorn called. Which somebody should make a note. Nova, go make a note in the chat. Go make a note in the chat!
Okay, god damn it.
Because that power should not be 21, it should be 18, and I told him that earlier. Granted, it actually does change the guard a little bit. Because that would have been 25. And he could have used, instead of a perfect...
What is it?
Upright Lion does not get power when Poison Juggler is called from the soul. It's Silverthorn only.
Okay, I made a note. I don't know if he's paying attention enough.
Probably not, because he just lost.
Oh, it doesn't matter if he lost.
And look at the deck sizes. The Pale Moons actually have 9, and Mythos has 5. Alright, so that's the end of this match. Mythos is victorious. And so we move on to our 4th match. Catch you later.